Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the CyberLab session on Winter of Code 5.0. I would like all of the juniors to um, ask your friends to join ASAP, and we need the number to increase ASAP. Good evening, everyone. The session will be starting in around 2 minutes, so make sure you call all your friends, and the session will start in about 2 minutes. Okay. The session is extremely important about everything related to CyberLabs recruitment and overall your recruitment into the club. So it's an extremely important session, and make sure you be there and sincerely attend the session for each and every division, or at least the one which you're really interested in. Good evening. Can everyone confirm that my audio is perfect right now? Is there any echo? If there is, just type in the chat if there's any echo, or if it's perfect, just write +1. So, good evening, everyone. Welcome to the final session of CyberLabs, the recruitment process. Now, this session is extremely important for your recruitment into the club that we all deem to enter into, the Data and Software Technology Club of IIT ISM. So, you all have been through the grueling workshops. Many have entered probably all the workshops, and some have just gone for the divisions that they have preferred going to. But at the end of the day, what do we have at CyberLabs? We have a really grueling process, about a month of a huge hackathon. So let me first introduce you again to what CyberLabs is. CyberLabs is the Data and Software Technology Club of IIT ISM, where we do a lot of development, research, and enhance our skills. It is a platform where we are able to understand and learn from the people around us. It is a platform where we connect with people who are like minded, who understand, and everything just makes sense together. That's what CyberLabs is. Now, how do you get into CyberLabs? You have your answer in front of you. WOC 5.0. What exactly is WOC 5.0? So, WOC stands for the Winter of Code. Winter of Code is simply an open source hackathon. I guess you all have heard what hackathons are. For the people who haven't, let me just give you a quick explanation of what a hackathon is. A hackathon is simply a platform where people work towards solving a problem. You will be given a problem statement, and within that problem statement, you have to analyze how you will try to approach that problem. Say the problem statement is to add two numbers. You can add those two numbers simply, or you can just go through a very vigorous process of doing something extremely complex. Problem statements are again not that easy. So WOC is a hackathon where you will be given problem statements. Now, for each division, there are multiple divisions in CyberLabs. We have machine learning division, web development division, app development division, graphics division, blockchain division, and the information security division. These six divisions make up the entirety of CyberLabs, of which there are multiple problem statements for each division. Now, what do these problem statements offer you? These problem statements basically give an idea of how you can approach different things. Web development contains a huge number of things you can do. Every project of web development is different from each other. So you have various fields in which you can enter web development, and that over there, CyberLabs will give you an opportunity to understand the various fields. Each problem statement contains information about a different field. Whichever field you prefer, you can go according to that and enter that problem statement. Now, let's answer some quick questions. Can I apply in multiple divisions of CyberLabs? No, you cannot. Can I apply for multiple problem statements of the same division? No, you cannot. You have to go for a single division. Say you're interested in the app development division and say in the graphic design division. Now, assess on your own which division would you like, which division would you like to enter more? Which one has a lot of scope in the future? What do you prefer doing in the time that you're in the college? Answer those questions on yourself. Choose which division you would like to go for. Say you're in the app development division and you want to work for, say there are five problem statements in front of you. Now which one do you prefer? Think about it. Understand each and every problem statement. Which one is, say, a little difficult? Which one is, say, a little easy? Which one is something that intrigues you the most? This is the most important thing. Pick the one which intrigues you the most, follow that, and you will be the one probably at the top of the leaderboard. Now, like every hackathon, we have people over here who will compete, and you have a lot of competition here. CyberLabs has one of the most grueling recruitment processes ever. You have approximately 7 to 800 people applying each year into this club, and around 60 people get selected. But that doesn't mean that you have zero chance. That's not true. Now, the six divisions of CyberLabs are all over here present to make their problem statements out loud in front of you. So, starting first, we have the blockchain division, starting with their problem statements and starting with their way of recruitment into the club.
Hello, I'm audible. If I'm audible, just write +1 in the chat, everyone. Hello. Yeah, cool. So, first of all, welcome everyone for the session, as Aryan said, WC session. For the blockchain division, I'd like to inform you all that blockchain won't be recruiting you guys through WOC. As for blockchain development, you require some web development related skills and languages. So, right now, we would encourage everyone to start learning and practicing web development first, and then later there will be a separate recruitment process for the blockchain division, in which a separate problem statement will be released, and it will be an open recruitment process. It's not like we'll recruit people who know web development very well, but it would surely give you an upper hand if you know webd. So because it will ease you the process for learning blockchain development. So yeah, right now in WOC, we won't be giving you any problem statement for recruitment as such, but we really encourage everyone, whoever's interested, to start learning web development. Although you can contact any of us from the division for any queries or doubts related to the blockchain. But yeah, so what are the basic skills that will require to learn in WebD? That would be explained by my friends in web development division here.
Hello everyone, am I audible? Please write +1 in the chat if I'm audible. Yeah, okay, great. Yeah, so hi everyone. I am Shomu Subranandi from Web Development Division of CyberLabs, and we would be seeing the problem statements in Winter of Code 5.0. Okay, so okay, is the screen visible to everyone? Uh, yeah, so you can see here. This is the website of Winter of Code, and if you scroll down a bit, you will find the problem statements of all the projects here. So we would be starting with the web development one. So here you can see there are 6 problem statements. So if you click here, there will be a drop down. Okay, so first let's discuss about the first one. That's the photo layout or the collage maker. Okay, so here basically you have to. I think everyone knows what a collage is, right? So basically, you have to create uh, 3 templates. Okay, 3 templates of images which user can upload, and they will be displayed in the form of collage in the website. So you have to basically design the layout of that collage. So here you can see the goals: predefined collage layout for 2, 3, or 4 images. Okay, there can be multiple layout. So suppose there will be option for the user to upload 2 image, 3 image, or 4 images. So if the user uploads 4 images, then you have to show those 4 images in a collage format. Okay. So this is a very like easy one. You can definitely look up to it. So here you can see some mandatory features which needs to be present here. So first one I've already discussed, the layout thing. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment section. Seniors are there to help you out. So second will be sign in and sign out feature. So this would be done through Firebase. So Firebase, the tutorials are available in YouTube, you can look out. So Firebase provides an authentication feature by which you can use to sign in and sign out the users. Next, upload image in database. So Firebase also provides you with Firestore database where you can keep those images and you can fetch those whenever you want, or you can store new images. And saving collage features. So the collages which are made by the user, you need to save those also in database. Okay, and there are some extra features. So flexible size of image container, adding captions to images, and resizing of images. Okay, so these mandatory features are like as it is written, it is mandatory. You need to do that, and if you could like give this extra features, it would be really great.
We're going through some technical difficulties. Just stay with us for a minute or so. We'll bring the speaker back.
So hi everyone, there was a bit of internet issue from my side. Sorry about that. Let me share the screen. Yeah, I hope the screen is visible again. Please write in the comment section if the screen is visible. Plus one. Just put plus one in the comments. Hello. Yeah, okay. So let's talk about the second. Okay, so I think I was discussing the requirements of the first one. So like for every project, the basic requirement is HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you also need to know a bit about Firebase to use the authentication and the storage feature. Okay, so it's quite easy. Okay, now let's talk about the second problem statement. That is the T-Rex runner game. Okay, so I think all of you have seen the Google dinosaur game, which appears offline. So you have to make exactly like that. Like you can see in the problem statement, the game is controlled with a space bar and has an objective to jump over obstacles such as red blocks. Okay, so you have seen the cactus as obstacles in the Google game, but you can design small blocks if you want. Okay, so this game is exactly like that. With spacebar, you have to jump and everything, and it should also have a sign in and sign up feature, which would be done through Firebase. Okay, and uh, this is one important feature. After every 30 seconds, the background graphics should change. I think you have also seen in the Google game, the background turns like black after a certain period of time. So you can give like any color you want, and there should be also background music. So you have to basically create a game in JavaScript. And the requirements are same, that HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and you also need to know about Firebase for the authentication features. So next is the to-do list extension. Okay, so in this you have to make a Chrome extension, not a website, a Chrome extension. Okay, so now extension you can make simply, like, it's very easy. You can just type on YouTube. You have to just add an extra file called manifest.json. You can easily find it. See, the I've also provided the in requirements, I've provided this Chrome extension developer tool. This is a hyperlink. You can click it and you can read the Google Docs. It is explained everything. So what you have to do is basically you have to create an extension where a to-do list will appear. So user can add their like day-to-day task in the to-do list. Okay, and there also should be a feature to delete those and edit those things. And another thing will be the a timeline will be there in the to-do list. Okay, so every task should have a time which will represent the time when the user would have to finish those tasks. Okay, so that time when the deadline appears, extensions should also feature a pop-up reminder according to the time set by the user. Okay, so whenever the deadline appears, there should be a pop-up reminder on the website in which users will be alerted to finish the tasks. Okay, this is a bit extra feature. You have to add that. And another thing, that user should also be able to set the priorities of each tasks. Okay, so there can be like three priorities: high priority, medium priority, and low priority. So a user can like filter between these priorities. Okay, so this is an extended version of to-do list, and it is a Chrome extension and not a website. Okay, so please understand that. And only things will be required are HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. And you to go to this link which I have provided, and you can find everything. So here, see, I have opened the link, Chrome extension development. So here you can read all those things. It's explained very clearly. Okay, so moving on to the next one, that is canteen live status. Okay, so so if you want to go to any canteen and like you really don't know whether it is opened or not, so for that we have to make a website here, in which first feature will be obviously the same thing, the sign in and sign up feature, which will be done through Firebase. And the maintainers of canteen should be able to add their canteen in that, so user can see which canteens are present. Okay, so there would be like basically two separate layouts, one for the maintainers of the canteen, that will be kind of that admin layout, and one will be for the user. Like user can see the canteen which are maintained by the maintainers of the canteen. Okay, so maintainers of the canteen should be able to change their status, so they can write whether the canteen is open or closed. And other users should be able to upvote and downvote depending on whether the status is correct or wrong. Okay, So like your friend so your friend opens that website, he sees that okay, the canteen is open, and so your friend goes there, and if the canteen is open, okay, he can give an upvote to it. If the canteen is closed, he can give a downvote to it, and it would be displayed throughout through to all the users present there. Okay, and last thing, users should always also be able to add reviews to the canteen. Okay, so and like those requirements are same, the HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and the Firebase. Okay, so there are some suggested extra features in some of the projects. If you can add that, it would be a cherry on top. Okay, next one is a quizzing website. So you have to create a quizzing website. The questions can be related to anything you like. Okay, that doesn't matter. So the main thing, which is again, you have to create a sign in and sign up page, and you have to prepare the questions, and there will be a timer for the quiz. Like timer can be anything like 10 minutes, 20 minutes, as per your wish. After that, you have to show the quiz score to the user and all the correct or incorrect answers. Okay, and uh, there will be also a poll feature in that, to show the poll for each option in the form of charts or bar graph or pie charts. Okay, so what you have to do is, for each question, how many users have given correct answer or how many users have given the wrong answer, you can display that through a poll. Okay, and users should also be able to share the quiz result with each other. Okay, so another thing is that you need to randomize the questions. So there will be, suppose there are 20 questions. So whenever each user attempts your quiz, the question should appear in a random order. Okay, that's very important. So you need to make a quizzing website so that you can share it to others. Okay, that's the basic thing you have to do. So here, HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and Firebase is required, along with Canva.js. So Canva.js is basically be used to design this bar graph, pie charts, and all those things. Okay, it's very easy. You can just look up to it. So it makes your life a bit easier. This Canva.js API. We will also provide this API in your Telegram group, so don't worry about that. Okay, so last, the problem statement is easy journey. So, if any one of you are facing any doubt, you can just ask in the comment section. Seniors are there to help you. Okay, so we are moving on to a last problem statement. So here, I think everyone has used IRCTC website. So you just put a source, location, and destination, and IRCTC shows you all the trains which are available. So, and you have to also put the date, obviously. So you have to make exactly that. Like you have to, after sign in and sign out, that's common for I think all project except that extension one. So after that sign in and sign out, user will be able to put a source location and a destination. So and in between those, you have to display all the trains which are there, and you need to also display the tourist attractions in the destination location. Okay, and for that you have been given these useful links. uh, these are three APIs which you need to use here. So one API is for searching the trains between each stations. Okay, one API is for getting the station names and all that thing, and other API is for getting the tourist attractions in the destination location. Okay, so you need to learn how to use API in this project. There are three APIs you have to use. So, and the basic requirements is like same: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and you have to know how to use the API, which is very simple. Like you can look up to it. So I hope every one of you have understood that. If you are facing any difficulty, you can write in the comment section. Okay. So we will be moving on to our next division. So thank you, everyone.
Hello, am I audible? Hello. Am I audible? Arun, am I audible? Okay, so let's start with app development. So in the app development, you have these basic projects. So all of these are basic projects. Keeping in mind, you all are the beginners. So the first project is similar to Google Drive. So in this project, you basically have to store the PDFs and the images of a user, and you have to be sure that whenever a user is signed in, the particular PDFs and images are shown. Okay, so we are doing the login and sign up using the Firebase authentication, and all your files all your files will be stored in the Firebase cloud. Okay, and so and you have a tab layout. You will be using a tab layout for showing, for one tab will be for your PDFs and the other tab will be your for the images. Okay, and regarding everything regarding the material, regarding the material, you can easily get on YouTube, and here. Okay, so and be sure that you are using creating an attractive UI. So like for gaining some extra points. Okay, and remember, so see, of these are like the minimum requirements you will be needing uh, for your recruitment process. You can also add more features to it. Okay, so you don't have to restrict your imagination only for these features. Okay, so our next app will be Let Me Know. So it is basically a polling app in which you will be voting. Okay, so like on certain opinions, okay, like I have creating polls like you have seen on WhatsApp. So you will be displaying graphs and everything, and all the results will be displayed using Recycler View. Like in the sessions, like in the workshop, we have also told you about Recycler View. See, okay, and you will be using Firebase similar to other projects. So like in this project we are also using Firebase, and in this project also Firebase, and Glide is here for your images. Okay, like and in the next step for the My Fantastic Beasts. So this is one of the interesting apps. So in this app you will be like, it will be a notebook for you, like in which you are, imagine yourself just you are on an adventure and you are encounter certain animals, birds, plants, and you write in your in your application. Okay, so like it is a part of a journey. So it is a journey app. So you have to be sure that you are imagining everything uh, that suits the background of the application. Okay, so and in here you also be using Animal API, and don't worry about the API, we will be providing it. Okay, and we will be also giving a mini documentation required for fetching the data and everything. You don't have to worry about anything, and you can also ask every query. We will provide you for with every material that will be needed for building the application. We just need your imagination and your active. You should be active while building the application. In the whole recruitment process, your activity should be maintained. Okay, so like you will be there is a like authentication, login and sign up, storing the images, like for you captured the photo of the animals. So like you will be storing them in the Firebase cloud, and you will be displaying them using Glide, and uh, like and for the API, like you will be using for in the API, like there is a database in where every type of animal, bird is stored. Okay, so sometimes like you feel I should check whether I am writing correct or not. So like within the application I can also search the particular animal. Okay, so you will be using retrofit for the API, and like these are all the tech stacks, like similar to other applications, like all are basic tech stacks. You can find documentation of every tech stack on the internet and on YouTube. Okay, you don't have to worry. These all projects are very simple. And this is a weather application. So by the name you are already have understood it, like you will be displaying the weather, okay, and the air quality for the current location. Okay, like you are in IIT ISM Dhanbad, it will take the location, your current location, and will be displaying the current weather and air quality. And you will, for that you will be using the weather API, and the API will be provided. You don't have to worry about that. And um, for your like, if you can enter your current or city name, like, see these features, you just, I want to say, like, don't restrict yourself with these features only. Open yourself with other features too. Okay, you have to make all of these application as best as possible. So uh, for the next application, this is the lost and found application. Like you are in a college and you lost something, so you can place the details of that lost item in this app, and if someone found it, they can uh, uh, tell you, like, they have found it here at here and here location, so you can go and check it out. Okay, so you can find your things. So like you must be having that group also, like lost and found group. Like it is similar to that group, WhatsApp group. This application is similar to that WhatsApp group. Okay. So like there will be two tabs. So in this you will be using bottom navigation. Bottom navigation is similar to that thing like in the Instagram. Like when you go from to home to like my followers, my profile, like like in the bottom you have a navigation bar. So like from that you will be going from one tab to another. Like there will be one tab, the lost tab, and the other tab will be like a found tab. And you will be creating authentications, like for like in my authentication only my lost items will be seen. Okay, like these things. And you can also add images of an item, like I have lost my keys, so I can add the image of the key and its description and where may have lost it. Okay, so this is it. And in the coding period, like for the proposal, it like proposal in the proposal, it's not a very hard thing to write. Like it's like you can see this, like this is also a mini proposal to you. Like you just have to explain all of these things. In the proposal we will see what is your understanding regarding the project, and what extra you can add in the project. Okay, so like you can your proposal can be in this manner too, but everything should be explained, like how you will be like what is your understanding regarding it. Okay, so like what you will be doing. Like you just don't write in the feature, you just don't write Firebase Cloud. You have to write like why you are using Firebase Cloud, what you will be doing with the Firebase Cloud, and why you will be doing with the why you are using the Firebase Cloud. Like you have to write everything. And for an attractive UI, you can also consult your graphic designer colleagues. You can also consult them, or you can also consult your friend. You can also search the internet, like what will be are the matching colors and everything. You can find everything on the internet. Okay, so this is it for the app development. Now let's move to the next division.
Hello, hello. Am I audible? Is my screen visible? Is my screen visible? Write +1 in the chat. Hello, 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 hello. If my screen is visible, write +1. Okay, okay. Now I think the screen is visible. Okay, so hello everyone. I am Gyanendra Parmar. I am from Machine Learning Division. I'll walk you through the machine learning project for WOC 5.0. So, for Machine Learning Division, we have an ML bootcamp. In this, you have to build your own machine learning algorithm library. So what do we mean by machine learning algorithm library? So in this, you have to implement several algorithms from machine learning, like linear regression, polynomial regression, logistic regression, KNN, and layered neural networks. And you have to implement all these from scratch. So you cannot use any existing library. Don't worry if you don't understand the meaning of KNN or n layer neural network. We will share all the resources with you from which you can learn these concepts. So you have to train the above mentioned algorithms on training data sets, which will be provided by us. And then you also have to test these algorithms on the hidden data set, which we will provide you later. And your accuracy on this test data set will play a large role in your uh, your project, how your project will be evaluated. It's not completely based on accuracy, but it will play a huge role. And then you'll also have to prepare a report stating what have you implemented and what you have done. So you have to state everything which you tried, all the different approaches, the timeline, what you did first, then what after that, if you face some errors, what you did to solve those errors, so that we know that uh, the work you did is authentic. uh, and you also have to prepare a proposal which has to be submitted before the start of WOC. In that proposal, it will be a simple one, not more than one page. And in that, you will have to basically describe your approach on how you're going to solve this problem statement. So what will be your approach, and uh, what all things you'll do for this machine learning problem statement. Then the implementation details are as follows. All the algorithms have to be coded from scratch in Python. You can use Jupyter notebooks or Google Collaboratory. You cannot use anything else. And this from scratch part is very important. So don't use any existing algorithms to so you cannot build on existing algorithms. Then no machine learning libraries except the ones which we have mentioned, like NumPy, Pandas, Matplotlib. No machine learning libraries except these three should be used. And the report should contain the training logs, hyperparameters, and training visualizations. So basically, what were your results on the training data sets, the hyperparameters which you have used for all the different algorithms, and the training visualizations. You can do this with the help of Matplotlib. And if you have any doubt, just post it in the chat. We have seniors from machine learning division who can uh, s- solve your queries right now in the chat. If you have any doubt, just post it in the chat. So this is the problem statement for machine learning division for WOC 5.0. All these algorithms, it might be the case that you are not aware about KNN or neural network or polynomial regression right now, but we will share the resources on the Discord channels, and also we'll create a Slack channels for you, and on Discord server we'll share the resources. So make sure to join that. And I think the WOC website link is already shared in the chat, so you can access. You have to register, and you can access the website from the chat. So that's it from my side. If you have any doubt, just post it in the chat. We have uh, machine learning seniors in the chat. Will solve your queries. Okay, thanks.
Am I audible? My screen is visible, right? All right. So, hello everyone. Welcome to the WSC session. I'm sure all of you are having a. Okay. All right. So, I'm sorry for the delay. So, I'm here for the graphic division, and I'll the. All right. So, here we have the first project that you have to do. That is the food chain app. I think the name is quite self-explanatory. That is basically you have to design a mobile app that lets you the user order their meals quickly and easily from food. Like food is basically a hypothetical restaurant that we have given a name. As you can see here, the list of features are over there. The restaurant should, like the app basically should be able to list all the popular restaurants that are around the location of the user. It also should show about offers, quantity, and the popular cuisines that the restaurant offered to us, proper recommendation based on previous order. Like basically, whatever you see in apps like Zomato, those are the features that we are expecting you to incorporate in the UI design of the 4D app, right? So there will also be a different section for different payments and in-app payments and payment methods. And if you can think about any other features, then you are most welcome to incorporate it in your design. Now, there are certain points that you should take care of while you are creating the design, basically. So, app must reflect all the services clearly, right? Like the tabs must not be hidden, like the user doesn't have to do a lot of effort while he or she is trying to access something. So, try to do that. And in the design part of it, just try to maintain consistency of the design. Like you are using a different color for a tab and you are using a different tint for another tab. Just don't do that. All right. So there should also be a just a minute.
Okay, all right. I'm sorry for that because I just was checking was the sound okay or not. Can you just give me a thumbs up if the sound is okay? Aryan or Sumit? Anyone? Is the sound okay and my screen is visible? Okay, cool. So what I was telling about, yeah, the points to be taken care of. I think I discussed them all over here. Okay, and also when you are accessing the website of the WOC, you will see certain example projects that were already made by some users on the internet. So you can just check them in case you want to see how the designs are made. Basically, like I'm sure you must be knowing, like those are interested, but still to just get a reference of how to make them, you can see their example projects that are there on the sites like KFC, Starbucks, and the Domino's one. Okay, so this was your first project. The second project is basically the library app. I'm very sure that all of you must be in necessity of this library app. So here you have to design a library for students, which would be specific to our college, right? So the first page, that is after the landing page, there will be the login page where you will be just entering some details like the admission number and the date of birth. And there will be separate sections to find books, to issue books, and the process to for online book issues. And also there should be a separate section for the number, names, author, and genre of the books that are issued and reissued again and again. So you have just to keep those things in mind. And yeah, and also if possible you can also create that ebook kind of a thing, like which will enable the user to actually just download the books from the online e-resource library and stuff like that. Again, the some points needs to be taken care of. The specific type and feel of the library should be reflected in the design, right? Like you are creating a library app for our college, it is not a very national level kind of library. So just these things you have to keep in mind while you are designing the app. So just don't use very bright colors and all those things. Like I think you all know the design basics, right? And again, the same thing, trying to maintain consistency of the design across the website. Like as I mentioned earlier, don't use a lot of variety of colors, don't use a variety of texts. I think you must be knowing on that. And again, easy navigation across all features of the app. And this is the main thing, that whenever you are designing it, don't just limit yourself to just two or three designs basically, right? Like obviously an app doesn't have two or three screens, so try to create a minimum of eight screens, and the more the better maybe. So just try and create as much as you can. Again, there are some example projects given over here, you can check. The third project will be the favorite band website. uh, this will be basically the official website of your favorite music band. It will have features like a music player UI for streaming music on the website itself. Again, the facts, blogs, news, videos, and all those things you can add. And again, the merchandise store of the brand, the social media links. And I mean, other than the features that are mentioned over here, you are free to add any other features. If you are just like, if you can just invoke your creativity in you and add features from your own, it will just be a plus point from your side as well. So you can just check that out. Whatever things you want to add other than those mentioned, you are free to add them. Again, some points need to taken care of, like whenever you are creating a design for your favorite band, just try to make the design consistent with the genre of the band that you are uh, creating the design on, right? Like suppose you are creating a design for a rock band, so obviously you will not keep the colors of the app a very soothing type, obviously, right? Just to give the user the impression that it's a rock band, use your colors, use your text, and use all the design methodologies accordingly to make sure that the vibe is maintained in the app. Okay, again, the consistency of the design is the main thing, and easy navigation across the website, and 4 5 scrollable pages basically. Again, there are some examples, you can go and check them out. The last one is the hotel booking app, basically like all your popular hotel booking apps like Oyo and all those things. Just take inspiration from them and see what are the things that are there in a hotel booking app. The first thing obviously will be the guide to all the available modes of stay, like the deluxe, luxury, basic, etc. And there will be an interactive virtual tour of the hotel premises, not just the basic pictures that you see on the internet, and sometimes they may be misleading. So here you have to also incorporate these features while you are creating your design. User profile, in-app booking, schedule, and payments, and any other features that you consider necessary are welcome to add on your part. Now again, there are some points that you need to take care of. The app should reflect all the services clearly, like all the services that the hotel provides should be incorporated in the app that you are creating the design of. Again, consistency of the design, easy navigation, and design as many screens as possible. And again, there are some example projects that you can go through it and take inspiration from, and try to be as original as possible. Don't just copy paste a project that you see on the internet. Now in the proposal, just select one project out of these four or five that I mentioned over here. In the proposal, what you have to do, you have to understand the in-depth of what you are creating, right? Like UI and UX, basically the UX part is what you will be providing mainly in the proposal part. Do your research, just think about what are the things you need to add, how will you approach the problem, how will you create the design, what will be your step from the beginning to the end, and how you will end, like how you will end to the end the design basically. So you just need to think about what are the things that you are going to do in while doing this project. You just need to add all those in your proposal. Don't make it a very detailed one, but just enough to make the reader understand about your thought process. So I think if you do that correctly, you are good to go. Okay, so I think that's all from my part. If you have any doubts, you can put that in the comment section. I am ready to answer all your doubts. So yeah, that's all from my side. Thank you.
Guys, you can ask your doubts in the chat if you have any related to any of the divisions.
Hello guys, I'm audible. Hello guys, I'm audible. Please confirm Rajani or Chris Rao, any of you.
Okay, so you all will be wondering that why there is no any such problem statement for infosec. So as you all know that we are not recruiting on the basis of the some particular project. Infosec is a wide range, so we not only emphasis on some particular problem statement to solve it or to make the some projects. So we will be mainly focusing on the skills that you will be getting developed during your learning time. So we have already assigned you the some bandits where you can learn Linux as well as some other challenges, including the CTFs you have to solve. And along with that, in some time we will be also releasing some other task for you to get into the infosec department of the CyberLabs. So that's all guys, means you do not have to put some focus on only single project or any of the single thing. You should be multitasking about how the complete cybersecurity works. So you need to learn Linux, you need to learn Python and apply it to all whatever kind of challenges that we are providing you, including bandit, CTF, and some other challenges that we will be providing soon. So that's all for getting recruited for the information security division.
So just give me a minute. We'll now talk about the final part, that is the project proposals, the doubt for which you were asking many, many a times. So what exactly are the project proposals? So the project proposals are basically an idea for what you have understood of the problem statement. Now you've gone through many of the problem statements for each and every division. Now for the web development division, you have 5 to 6 problem statements. Now within that each problem statement, we first go through what the problem statement means, how you will try to implement it. Now for the implementation, of course, you have to go through various kind of technological stacks. What does a tech stack really mean? Is that the kind of softwares that you will be using? Say you will be using Python, or you will be using NumPy or any other Python library, or say you're using something completely different. Like for app development, you need Kotlin, or for web development, you need JavaScript and CSS and HTML. So these constitute your tech stack. Now, implementation details is basically a general idea of how you will be approaching the problem. Let's say if I go for the machine learning division, the problem statement that we have, we can say that, okay, there are 4 different things to complete: linear regression, logistic regression, KNN, and neural network. Now, over here, I can say that, okay, for linear regression, I'll go through so and so technique. For logistic regression, okay, there's a different change. If say I have to go through a different type of algorithm, that is basically your implementation details. Now, how will you get these implementation details done? This will be done according to the courses that you will be given to watch and understand. Everything that you will be learning for WOC will be through courses that your seniors will be giving to you. These courses are essential building blocks for understanding the topics and understanding the concepts, the core concepts of each and every problem statement and each and every content of the division. For web development, you might have 2 or 3 courses to complete. For machine learning, we'll have approximately 1.5 course to complete. These courses will set the foundation of machine learning or set the foundation of whichever division you're applying for. Now, the most important part of the project proposal is the timeline. Now, what exactly is the timeline? So there's approximately 4 weeks for each for the entire WOC coding period. Okay, the timeline will be given after this slide. Now, in those 4 weeks, what will you go forward? What are your aims for each week? Let's say in the first week, you're going to revisit the concepts that are required. Say you're revisiting HTML and CSS, or you're revisiting Android Studio, or you're revisiting, say, Python and NumPy. That will be part of your first week.
The second week could be implementing some of the basic things. Third week, implementing something more advanced. And finally, the fourth week could be implementing the final and the getting the nits and grits of everything complete. It's basically the part where you're going to be fine tuning everything. That's the final part of the project proposal. That is the final part of the approximate timeline. It's basically there to give yourself an idea of how you will be going through the entire coding period of the WOC 5.0. Now, the next part is somewhat like something that you have in mind. Is like, why should you be taken into this club? What is your agenda of joining this club? What will you benefit and what will we benefit as a club? Say you join this club, you're working over here, but what are you working for? We need to know that. How will it benefit the club? How will it benefit yourself? And finally, you have the personal details as well, like say which school you're from, or how much percentage you had, and like your LinkedIn account, your GitHub account, and so on. So, coming to the next presentation slide, we have the timeline of WOC. This is the most important part over here. From the 22nd of February, so till the 22nd of February, you will be submitting your project proposals. Now, the project proposals, let me come back to the point over here, is that you have to pick one of the many different problem statements that will be given. First, select the division like which you would like to go for. Then select the problem statement that you would like to work. Say you select the third problem statement of say n number of problem statements are there. You select the third one. So you write down what the problem statement is. You understand what it is. Give how you will implement it, and so on. Till the 22nd of February, you have to submit this. And this is done in according to your end semester examinations as well. So 19th, your end semester examinations end. So you will be having 19, 20, 21, and 22. 4 days to complete the project proposals. And from now, 10th, 11, 12, 13 as well. 2 or 3 days. So you will have enough time to submit the project proposals. By the 24th of February, we'll be beginning the coding period of WOC 5.0. In the coding period again, you will have approximately 4 weeks over here. You can see 25th of March is the end time. That will be the last day of the coding period. So in these 4 weeks, you have to implement whatever the problem statement requires you to implement. Not only that, you can go a step further and understanding and analyzing what extra can be done. Let's say there are four different things that you have to implement, but say you implement a fifth thing. You understand that the fifth thing is also beneficial. It could say boost my accuracy. It could boost the way that we see things. Implement that. Understand that. Not only that, follow the different things that the seniors will give. The course will suffice, but go for an extra step. Let's say you're reading more and more of the blogs, you're going through codes that are given by different people on the internet, and so on. Go and take the extra step, do the research that is extremely essential. Mid evaluations and final evaluations. These are basically there to understand what exactly is going through your mind. We need to understand whether you're taking the right step or not in the coding period over here. The holy holidays will end around 12th of March. After that, we'll be having the mid evaluations, and these are also there to check the cheaters. Plagiarism is something that we will always be very, very strict about, and anyone caught will not be taken into the club at all. If you're caught, you will be removed out of the coding period, out of WOC 5.0 instantly. So make sure that whatever you do is perfect and something that you have not taken off the internet. Learning from the internet is different, and completely stealing this stuff from the internet is completely different. And that the latter should not be done. Finally, we have the final evaluations. These final evaluations are basically there to check the final understandings of your code. These will be done after the entire coding period. And these are there to completely understand whether you have completed the code or not, if you're lacking behind, or how much of the understanding you have of the complete concept of the different topics in that problem statement or in that division. After the final evaluations, we will be selecting some number of students. These students will go through the technical interviews. Coding is one thing. WOC 5.0 is basically a hackathon. This hackathon is just there to show or showcase your skills in coding. But coding is not everything, right? You need to have the technical skills as well and your technical understanding. These technical interviews are there to ensure that what you have learned is up to the mark or up to the standard of what we are doing in the club. You can memorize a lot of the code, but you will not be able to memorize everything, right? You need an understanding, and that understanding will be checked in these technical interviews. And these technical interviews will be held after the end of the final evaluations. Finally, we have also a written test for some divisions. Now, that will be conveyed to you in due time, which division might have a written test, what topic that test might be on, and so on. So just have a look out on that. And during the entire WOC period, we will be dividing you into various Slack channels. Let's say you're going for the InfoSec division, you will be given your own Slack channel. Let's say N number of students are there and there are some X number of seniors. So you will be divided into various groups. You will be given mentors. These mentors are people who you can approach for doubts and ask them anything that, let's say you're having a difficulty in coding. Let's say you're having an error. First, try to resolve that error on your own. But say it's not resolving on its own as well, or nothing's not happening, nothing's changing. You can ask your seniors for help. You can ask your mentors for help. Mentors play an extremely important role in getting into the club. For me personally, my mentor was very, very nice and essential and played an essential role in me getting into CyberLabs. So, staying in touch with your mentors is very, very essential for getting into this club. And not only that, in life as well, you need help from your mentors. And this basically gives a platform or understanding of how real life works. WOC represents real life over here and the basic idea of open source and GSOC. Finally, we have the HR interviews. HR interviews are basically there to get an understanding of whether your personality fits for the club or not. You might have all the technical skills and you might be doing fantastic overall. But say your personality does not really fit the mindset of the club. Maybe you don't have a personality that ensures that you're growing. You won't be a good fit. So you need to make sure that you are a person who likes to grow, who likes to be in a team, who likes to understand more, and is in general a person who other people would like to work with. That's what we want. We are a group of individuals who like to work together for a common goal, and that is to achieve success. So if you don't have that, try building it. And it's basically there to understand whether you are a fit candidate for getting into CyberLabs. Now, any doubts you can ask right now, and I'll like to go again over the project proposal again. So, coming back to the project proposal slide, anyone has doubts over here, you can ask. Say for the implementation details or tech stack or the timeline, anything you have over here, you can ask freely. We'll be here to directly answer your doubts. So tech stack is basically the different kind of things that you will be using. Let's say for the machine learning division, we will be requiring Python, NumPy, Pandas, or the different libraries. So these different technological things that are required for making the code work. Say in web development, you have HTML and CSS. These things constitute the tech stack, or basically the technological requirements from which you will be able to complete the project. Let's say you're going for like some advanced things like in machine learning you can go for like sklearn or something. Now these will can constitute a tech stack, but again these are not allowed. So tech stack is basically what you will be using to implement the things. It could be a programming language, it could be a library, it could be a framework, an API, it could be anything that constitutes a tech stack. Anything that will be essential in making your code work, making your project come together. So this is a project proposal, not a project proposal. This is the template of the project proposal. So this will be shared on the Telegram group as well. So it's the same things. The description, a very short description of what you understood about the project, the features, the technology stack, the brief implementation details, the timeline, and the about me. Now, the implementation details is important. These implement these implementation details basically give an idea of what you have understood of the project. The timeline is also extremely important because it showcases how you will be approaching the problem. Like how will you be managing your time, whether you'll be giving more time to easier stuff or more time to more difficult things or things that require your time and attention. So this will be shared to your group on Telegram, and you have to again make the project proposal on your own. It's not something that we'll be providing you with, an actual project proposal. You have to do it on your own. So answering your question, we cannot show a previous year project proposal, but this template basically will give an idea of how you have to approach to make the project proposal. So finally, we'd like to end the session, but just before ending, I would like to share the Discord channel group that we also have for CyberLabs 2022. So the Discord channel link will be shared on the Telegram group and also in the YouTube section, YouTube description after the session will be over. And just join the Discord channel. It'll basically give an idea of what you'll have to do. It'll connect you with your seniors for the current division, and it'll also ensure that you are in touch with the people who are competing against you and also the people who you will look up to as well.